Malaysia is a country with a very vast and diverse community that shares their cultures with each other. This diversity helps promote tourism as well. In 2020, Malaysia recorded a total of 4 million tourists, ranking 40th in the world in absolute terms. This has helped generate around 3.39 billion US dollars worth in the tourism sector alone, corresponding to 0.91% of its gross domestic products and approximately 11% of all international tourism receipts in Southeast Asia. Malaysia is a Southeast Asian country occupying parts of the Malay Peninsula and the islands of Borneo. It is known for its beaches, rainforests, and mix of Malay, Chinese, Indian, and European cultural influences.
There are many attraction sites in Malaysia that are popular among tourists and visitors, which can be found in different states. There are some places for cultural tourism, such as the Batu Caves and the National Mosque of Malaysia. Tourists who want to visit beaches can visit the beautiful Perhentian Islands in Terengganu, as well as the popular islands in Sabah. Tourists also visit Sabah to hike the Mount Kinabalu and visit Gunung Mulu National Park as part of an adventure tourism. Lastly, for those tourists who want to go on a food adventure in Malaysia, the place that would ideally first visit will be Georgetown, Penang, which is dubbed as the food paradise of Asia.
Malaysia definitely is a beautiful country with amazing tourist spots, and some are even hidden that the locals don't even know, and one of them is the Ampang Lookout Point. Let me brief you along about this amazing spot that I have found. Ampang Lookout Point is situated around the borders of Cheras and Ampang. It was just a 20-minute drive from Cheras when I went there a few days back. What's interesting about this place? Well, it's one of the popular hangout spots for the locals where people go there for a drive at night. I would say it's the most happening place in the night compared to daytime. You can see a bunch of hawkers selling good local foods and as well as drinks where you can sit and eat there by enjoying the night view of the KL city from the top. The place is best known for its scenic sunset view of KL landscape. People also visit this place for great food at a low cost. The food stalls are available from afternoon to midnight, almost 2 to 3 am. As you reach the 3 Square Junction, the food stalls can be seen in Jalan Hulu Langat and Jalan Malia 2/1. The place is always recommended for its nightlife, energy and view.
There are a few fascinating things you can do here. As everyone knows, when talking about Ampang Lookout Point, it reminds us one of the best spots to view Kuala Lumpur at night. This place will be worth it for those who are natural lovers. They can enjoy the sunset and capture memories here with the fresh air. As older people say, fresh air grants you the most satisfying feelings and comfort after a hard day. Other than that, for those who are Malaysian traditional food lovers, this place is highly recommended since there are many stalls selling Malay, Chinese, Indian and Indonesian cuisines at a reasonable price. In a word, Ampang Lookout Point can be defined as a cool hangout spot.
It is important to promote such a wonderful place for international tourists. There are some strategies that can be used. Firstly is to increase the online or social media exposure. Facebook, Twitter and Instagram are excellent social media channels for spreading the word about the place. In reality, the option for destination marketing methods here are practically limitless, ranging from straightforward promotional posting, photographs and videos through competition and even viral content or memes. Most social media networks now include paid marketing options like advertising and sponsored posts. This may increase the exposure of your social media marketing initiative and be targeted at highly certain demographic, allowing you to choose your audience based on factors like age, gender, geography, and even internet browsing preference.
Next is collaborating with influencers will boost exposure. Many contemporary internet users have an inherent mistrust of overt marketing techniques like direct marketing. Many of these people nevertheless could be reachable by influencers in an indirect manner. Influencers are, to put it simply, persons who have significant fan base on social media sites like Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook or even their own blogs. Their supporters are often devout and are more likely to believe the influencer's thoughts than they will believe those on organization. This method is able to advertise their destination on many platforms, even to specialized audience by collaborating with influencers. These audience are thus far more likely to respond favorably to the message that is being pushed.
In order to build trust and encourage involvement, a big part of destination management is working for the benefit of different stakeholders. Stakeholders might include government representatives from the country, city, town, or state, as well as lodging facilities, dining establishments, retail stores, travel agencies, and tour operators. Create marketing plan for the destination that will genuinely motivate these different groups to take part and support it. To generate much more interest from visitors, persuade relevant parties to launch their own advertisements and marketing efforts.
The local businesses would thrive with higher traffic volume, which translates to higher sales. However, the local people might have to endure some cons, as higher traffic volume may increase congestion in the roads and area leading to the destination, as well as losing a sense of private ownership of Ampang Lookout Point being a local spot.
One of the main concerns about a tourism spot is environmental impact. Many tourism spots in Malaysia have been polluted due to tourism and the large number of people. For example, popular beaches like Pulau Redang, Monkey Beach and Pulau Tioman have been affected by the excessive littering by tourists, as well as a reduced number of corals due to human presence and irresponsible people stealing the corals. As for Ampang Point, with the new stalls and increasing number of people, there is a risk of people simply throwing rubbish and the rubbish being washed downhill when it rains and clogging drains. There are also neighborhoods around Ampang Point and could cause noise pollution and increase traffic for the residents there. Relevant authorities should enforce some laws so that Ampang Viewpoint will not be another source of pollution and reduce its environmental impact.
Greetings everyone, my name is Suniljit and I'll be talking about the recommendation on making the tourism place to be sustainable. So sustainable tourism means it relies on the premise of taking care of the environment, society and the economy. Sustainable tourism principles intend to minimize the negative impacts of tourism while maximizing the positive impacts. However, this is often easier said than done. Some of the principles to achieve sustainable tourism are: firstly, it is to use resources sustainably. The conservation and sustainable use of resources, natural, social and cultural, is crucial and makes long-term business sense. Second is to reduce overconsumption and waste. It avoids the cost of restoring long-term environmental damage and contributes to the quality of tourism. Third is in maintaining biodiversity. It is essential for long-term sustainable tourism and creates a resilient base for the industry. Fourth is to integrate tourism into planning. Tourism development which is integrated into the national and local strategic planning framework and which undertakes environmental impact assessments increases the long-term viability of tourism. Fifth is to support local economies. Tourism that supports a wide range of local economic activities and which takes environmental costs and values into account both protects these economies and avoids environmental damage.
Next point is involving local communities. The full involvement of local communities in the tourism sector not only benefits them and the environment in general, but also improves the quality of the tourism experience. Next is to consult stakeholders and the public. Consulting between the tourism industry and the local communities, organizations and institutions are essential as they are to work alongside each other to resolve potential conflicts of interest. After that is marketing tourism. Marketing that provides tourists with the full and responsible information increases respect for the nature, social and cultural environments of destination areas and enhances the customer satisfaction. Finally is undertaking research. Ongoing research by the industry using effective data collection and analysis are essential to help solve problems and bring benefits to destinations, the industry and customers.